Hey everybody, WhySoWookie here. In this video, we're going to go over the latest PUBG Labs mode called Respawn Royale. We're going to go all over the different rules, what changes they've made for this mode, and what it could possibly mean for the future of PUBG. Hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, consider liking and subscribing to see more. So, this is how they introduced the mode. This round of PUBG Labs utilises two different gameplay changes to create a frantic experience for squads on Paramount. The first of which is a 500% damage increase across the board for all weapons and throwables in order to create a one-shot kill scenario. But fear not, though dying may be easy, so is getting back into the game. In Respawn Royale, your defeated squad mates will automatically rejoin the fight after the 100-second death timer has counted down. All you need to do is stay alive as a squad until that happens. If at least one squad member is still standing when a player death timer completes, they will rejoin the fight. But be careful, if your squad is wiped completely, you'll all be eliminated from the match. So basically, you all play the game, you're going to go down quite easy. If you get killed, then you have a 100-second timer while you're spectating, and then once that timer ticks down, you can spawn again through the parachute. You know, providing you've got at least one squad member alive, you can all spawn in. So if you get to the point where there's only one of you standing and the enemy team doesn't necessarily know where you are, it might be a good tactic to actually like lay low, waiting for your guys to come in as backup. So it's going to add a different dynamic. And again, with a lot of things they've added recently, like the Fulton balloons, gliders, and such, you spend a lot more time looking in the air for like different environmental things like people gliding down, because you might just be able to shoot them straight out of the air again, which will be pretty fun. Respawn Royale takes place on Paramount with you and up to 7 other squads. To help keep the focus on the action, they've also eliminated weapon looting and added a choice of 3 different spawn kits. This kit can be changed each time you respawn, so keep an eye on the situation your remaining team members find themselves in. So say for example at the beginning of the game you might go for the AWM spawn kit, which we'll go through in a second, and then towards the end of the game when the ring's getting slower, the DBS spawn kit might be the one to choose. So it will change from spawn to spawn essentially. And again, weapon damage. In Respawn Royale, the damage of firearms, melee weapons and throwables are all increased by 500%, so it's not just the guns. The spawn kits are as follows. So the first one is a DBS. The DBS has got a holographic sight. It comes with 28 12 gauge rounds. You get a deagle with a red dot, 7 ACP rounds and 2 smoke grenades. The second spawn kit is the AWM spawn kit, which comes with a 3 scope and 35 .300 rounds. And then the final spawn kit is the crossbow, which comes equipped with a 4 scope, 25 bolts, a ghillie suit, a sawn-off with 412 gauge. So I mean, you could play it tactically. I'm not sure if it'll let you do this, we'll have to see. But you could have one of your teammates spawn with a crossbow on his first life, another one with an AWM so that you can give the 4 scope to the guy with the arm. Someone with a DBS could again give the crossbow guy the red dot, etc. And you could share attachments like that would be pretty good. Again, the respawn cycle, once you've gone down, you'll automatically enter spectating mode, and there'll be a 100-second timer. Once that's depleted, you can continue and you'll spawn again. The service schedule is as follows. So on the PC, the event's going to run from April 28th to April 3rd. It does change differently in terms of times of the ending and starting, depending on your time zone, so bear in mind in that. And then on console, it's going live after the completion of maintenance on May the 6th, and is running until May the 10th. So you get about, 4 to 5-ish days to play with it. They've actually not done it for quite as long. Usually it's about a week to 10 days, so hopefully they might extend it if it's popular, but I'm sure we'll see how that goes. And then the game settings are as follows. So it's on Paramount, it's available in FPP and TPP. There's no knocks or down but not out, so there's no knocks, so there's no resin or anything like that. It's 20 to 32 players on PC. On console it's 16 to 32. It's squads, 1-man squad has been disabled. Item spawns, panzerfaust grenades and mollies, okay. There's no vehicles, there's no secret room keys, and the deathcam observer and replays are also disabled. And then again, there's a final note at the end of the little article here, and it just reminds you that when you're playing lads games, you don't earn XP for gameplay rewards for things like the pass. Wins and such aren't added to your career stats, you can't complete survivor pass missions, and you don't earn BP either. But with all that said, it is still fun to just jump in and try out these modes occasionally, because usually they do tend to be fun and provide a different experience for the game. Now, in terms of like what this might mean for the future of the game, I think PUBG has been toying around for a while about adding some kind of respawn system into the game. Other battle royales like Call of Duty and such have different ways to get your teammates back into the game. So, I'm not saying this is necessarily the way it's going to go, because I don't think we're ever going to have a point where the main battle royale game you can just respawn after 100 seconds if one of your teammates is still alive, because I mean it'd be so easy to just respawn and then it'd be so chaotic towards the end of the game. But they may well add it in where it could be like maybe a 5-minute cooldown, so which sounds a long time. But if you get killed and thirsted right at the beginning of the game, that still gives you ample time to come in. And I think another way that they do it, if they did add something similar to this in the full battle royale eventually, is you wouldn't spawn with a spawn kit, you maybe only spawn with like a P92 pistol, and you'd have to re-loot, whereas in this you just spawn with the spawn kit still. But let me know what you think. Do you think they should ever add some kind of like respawn mode into the main battle royale mode? I look forward to seeing what you think below. And if you did enjoy this video, consider liking and subscribing to see more, and also follow on Twitter and TikTok for even more gaming content. Wookie